chasing the stars, we'll stride into the dawn. Never back down till the battle is won. Face each foe with hearts brave and true, unafraid of the unknown, because I'll face it all with you.
Hello, I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Today, we're going to be taking a look at CR's video on the Noid.
The Noid is back!
Hide the children!
This probably means nothing to viewers younger than, say, 20, but for some reason, this Domino's pizza mascot from the 1980s left a huge impression on people. So much so that writers for the intervening years were just inserting him into scenes, like it was the funniest thing in the world.
Honestly, I'm surprised Rick and Morty hasn't really made a Noid reference.
Like, I'm old enough to remember the Noid, which usually means that it was just my responsibility to explain the joke to my younger brother and anybody of his that happened to be there. And here's the joke.
Some jobs you never truly grow out of.
The Noid is a manic little guy who hates high-quality, freshly baked pizza, but for some reason has decided to go after Domino's anyway.
Honestly, I really like Domino's. The biggest problem is that they're way too expensive. Me.
The typical Noid commercial involves the Noid destroying Brand X pizza.
Brand X, it's simple and plain.
Maybe the Noid is the hero we didn't know we needed.
The Noid was brought to life by Will Vinton Studios, who was the toast of the town when it came to advertising in the 1980s because of his instant recognizable style. A true sign of quality.
Yeah, not always.
So yeah, it's safe to say that the Noid became a very big fixture of 1980s pop culture.
You just know that kid is terrified being so close to that thing.
With like a ton of merchandise related to the character. And of course, a video game.
Logical.
So for a good long while, I thought the Noid was just like his own character who shilled for pizza. It'd be like if you saw the commercials first, and then later thought, oh, they made a show about the Butterfingers kid. That doesn't happen. Or does it?
Indeed it does. Just not always to success. Me.
No, the reason this game seems so flushed out is because it's actually just a reskin of a Famicom game.
They Super Mario Bros. 2'd it? How common was that back in the day?
In the game, you play as a masked ninja who investigates disappearances on a theme park island, using the ninja's most traditional weapon, a robotic falcon. I like the Noid's weapon of choice better.
Okay, but have you considered Robot Falcon?
And for some reason, whenever I think of yo-yos, I think of ninjas anyway.
Ah, Ninjala. The game that had an interesting lore that was never explored in the less interesting PvP gameplay. Or as I like to call it, Nintendo's Overwatch.
If you want a little bit more of a challenge, there is a PC game released an year earlier.
Fun way to cover a line flub.
It's a hallway crawler where you play as a Domino's deliverer, desperately trying to avoid the Noid on your route, doing sick-ass somersaults and forward flips. You are clearly overqualified for the minimum wage job, but you will not be receiving a tip.
Probably still turned out better than Peter Parker delivering pizzas.
It's a little weird that Domino's built their brand recognition around a clearly disturbed individual, right? A lot of you see where I'm going with this.
Not really, but I'm concerned either way.
In January of 1989, Kenneth Lamar Noid walked into a Domino's Pizza in Georgia and held two employees at gunpoint, demanding to speak to the corporate HQ because they had stolen his name.
Violent answer aside, if suing companies for that worked, I'd be getting a lot of royalty checks from outdoor goods stores.
The Noid campaign ended soon after the hostage situation, and although Domino's Corporation denies that the incident had anything to do with it, like they do, I think that the writing was pretty much on the wall.
Why? Literally no one would blame them for it.
And you're probably saying, hey man, aren't you overreacting a little bit to all this Noid stuff? I mean, it's not like they're invoking the epidemic. Yeah, you think that.
I can't believe they put this in the press release. Maybe it was the chaos of 2020 that gave the Noid the confidence to return. Maybe are you telling me the Noid was watching TV and he saw the global pandemic claiming millions of lives and was like, I gotta stop pizza delivery. I'm back,
my
baby.
time.
I think the intention was that the Noid saw more people ordering pizzas from home and couldn't resist anymore. It doesn't make it a good campaign or even that much better, but at least I think I understand the thought process.
And by the way, I was actually intrigued when someone told me that the Noid was back. And then I saw the damn pizza robots.
That's why we're testing driverless delivery powered by Neuro, and it's got someone back to their old habits.
Yeah, the Noid might not be able to stop those things, but I'm pretty sure Chica can.
By the way, you'll never see one of these things. Not because they will eventually murder a toddler, but because no franchisee wants to shill for a McDonald's ice cream machine on wheels. Oh, you didn't know that?
No what? That these things pop out soft serve?
Yeah, McDonald's machines have special parts in them so that only one company is allowed to fix them. The money they extort from their branches is more than they would make if they just sold the damn ice cream.
Actually, is there any rule that says the franchise owners need to get these things fixed? I mean, they are notoriously broken more often than not anyway.
Back in the 1980s, it was fun to see this little cartoon guy on TV and spend a few hours on the NES, and then order from Pizza Hut anyway.
Baller move, my guy. This was an interesting look into the history around the Noid. Not just the creation and legacy, but the less than savory stories surrounding it. Highly recommend it. I'm the review reviewer. You review it, I review you. Are you sure about this? Me 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 me. Hi, Mr. Thatch. Me 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 Me. So you do know. Meh.
Lady Mistress, quite late for a magic lesson, is it not?
Sorry, but this is important. It's about Master Vicar. Were you aware he had a sister?
I suppose we couldn't hide it forever. She would assist Vicar in the construction of these gateways, and in return, he would assist her in charting these universes. Without this little project of theirs, I doubt we would have even met.
Sounds like it should have been happily ever after.
You see, one of Vicar's biggest flaws was that he never seemed to care for the consequences his work might have.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Unfortunately, he encouraged that same recklessness in his sister.
Do you think she's...
How come Master Vicar never said anything? Or you, for that matter.
You know as well as I do that Vicar was a man of many secrets. There were few people he trusted with anything, even fewer now. There were never my secrets to share. Though I would imagine he never brought it up to you because you never asked.
That also sounds like him.
Me 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 me. Me 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 me. Me 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 me. Me. Okay, enough, you two. Me 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 me. Me 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 me. Me 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 me. Me 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 me.